Hey, welcome back to Snap Bolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm here with another Pauper League, and I am going to be trying this black-green Muck deck again. We just tried this in the last video. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out. It's on my channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link in the description below to go to the channel or to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, that really helps me out. I appreciate it. You can throw a like on this video, and you can ring the bell to see when my videos come out. So again, I just played this deck, and if you want to see the original version of the deck that I played and then the changes that I did to get to here, go check that video out. And now I'm going to give this deck another shot. We didn't do well in the last league, but I played 2 leagues now. I went 3-2, and then in the last league, spoiler if you want to go watch it, I went 0-3. We had some close games, and we lost a burn, and we lost to like Ulamog's Crusher Tron, and just some stuff that we can oftentimes beat, but we did not beat it here. And I think we made some changes to make the deck better. We added more Cultivate effects just because these seemed really strong. Added a Ranger's Path, and we had the 8 Drain Life effect, so now we are down to a more reasonable 6. I don't know if that's more reasonable, but that's where we're at. Didn't change anything in the sideboard. Could even play another land. Go to like 5 Cultivate or not play the Ranger's Path and just play 24 lands or even more lands. But I think 23 land is fine, especially we have some draw power and Sign in Blood and Bonders for what that's worth. But again, this deck, if you don't know, it's based around this card, Bubbling Muck, 1 mana sorcery. Until end of turn, whenever a player taps a swamp for mana, that player adds an additional black. And all of our lands are swamps, including our duels, except for 1 forest. So we use these green cards, Tribe Elder, Into the North, Cultivate Kadama's Reach, Ranger's Path, to put a bunch of swamps on into play. And then we can either go Bubbling Muck, make a bunch of mana, Drain Life, or Consume Spirit, or we can just cast Corrupt with all of our swamps in play. I even had one sick game where I went Bubbling Muck. I might have played 1 or 2 Bubbling Mucks and then just cast 3 Corrupts in the same turn. So that was pretty sweet. But um, again, we're gonna give this another shot in a league, and hopefully we do. Hopefully we do better this time. This deck is going pretty deep, so let's try and get there. I'll see you in round 1. All right, welcome to round 1. What's up? Now I know this is not Slave. I did not read it wrong. Would you like to play first? Yes. That's a little inside joke if you've seen some of my other videos. This hand looks great. Turn 2 Into the North, turn 3 Ranger's Path. We have a Crypt Rats. This is like better than any hand we had in the last league, that's for sure. Ranger's Path looking good. I don't think you can really play more than 1 because you only have 5 forests in the deck, and there's only 4 that are also swamps that you really want to get. So I don't think you can really play more than 1. I guess you could play 2 to try to draw it more often, but that just seems incredibly greedy. I could get this, but I think I'm just supposed to get Swamp here because I can get double Woodland Chasm with this Ranger's Path. And I don't really need more green sources anyway. So, what are we up against? Blue-Red Fae, maybe? I'm just going to play Ranger's Path. I could have played Bonders, but I think I'm fine with this. All right, let's get 2 forests. Sweet. We're ramping. Ash Barrens for Island. I wonder if they're just going to pass with Counterspell up next turn. Maybe I should have played Bonders. I want them to play something. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play Bonders into nothing, but I think I will play a Crypt Rats. Maybe they just bolt the Crypt Rats, which kind of sucks, but Counterspell? Okay, well, I can play another one, or I can just wait. I think I want to play the other one next turn. Oh, I guess I can just play Bonders now. Yeah, definitely do that. That was almost a punt. Now we just resolve Bonders, which is actually pretty massive. Let's see if I can play a little bit better this league than the last. I think that's one reason why I didn't do that well. I think I could have played better. I don't want them to take the Monarch right now. Wouldn't be surprised if they have another counter. I think the non-blue matchups are pretty decent for this deck, but the blue decks do seem kind of rough. I think I can just play a Crypt Rats. Maybe I'm just supposed to pass and draw a card. Bonders is absolutely massive in these type of situations. Because we ramped and now we're just drawing 2 cards a turn. We can maybe get ahead that way. I wanted them to play a creature before I played Crypt Rats. Let's draw Balance Bonders. Abrade it. Okay. Sure. Sakura Tribe. Okay. We can start just firing off fireballs at some point. Still not going to play Crypt Rats yet. There's a Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay, they're going to get a Ninja hit in here. The good news is a lot of our spells cost a lot of mana, so they can't really be Spell Stuttered that easily. The bad news is they're probably going to get to draw a card here. Yeah, the non-blue matchups seem a lot better for this deck. The blue matchups do seem pretty tough. I think I'm just not going to crack Tribe Elder so I can at least chump Ninja if my Crypt Rats gets countered, which I think it will. I guess if this gets countered, I can just Consume Spirit the Ninja. It's not ideal. I think, especially with only blue up, I'm expecting them to have counter or Spell Stutter here, obviously, but I think I will sack Steve. Just hope Crypt Rats resolves. All right. Another Bonder is nice. It's kind of bait with this. If they have a counter spell, they should probably use it. But then again, I'm going to get to resolve another Bonders here, which is pretty solid. I think I'm just going to go for this. They didn't counter the Crypt Rats. They have Counterspell and they didn't counter Crypt Rats? Wow. That's kind of surprising. I could just Crypt Rats right now while they can't, like, do any funny business. They're just going to start the turn by attacking anyway, right? Like, there's no way they don't just attack. So I have 9 mana, so I can Consume Spirit for 7 here. They've used 2 counters, and they have a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand and another counterspell. Wow. 3 counterspells and probably a Behold. 3 counterspells in the top 19 cards is pretty incredible. See if they counter this. They don't. See if they counter this. They don't. Interesting, interesting. I mean, they could have, we know they have counterspell and 2 other cards in hand. Interesting that they're holding the counter here. Behold, okay. So they go up to 5 cards, only 1 known card. Bottom. I could just take a hit off the Augur. I'm just gonna leave the Crypt Rat sitting there. I can take 1. They haven't used any lightning bolts yet, so I do have to watch out for that. But we know they have a Spell Stutter in their hand as well. Okay, another Consume Spirit. So I'm just going to attack. Again, I might need to play around double Lightning Bolt. But I can just Crypt Rats like for 5, going to 7. And then just start firing off Consume Spirits maybe. I don't hate that. I can also just Consume Spirit, like leaving up Crypt Rats for 1 or something. That way I can play around Spell Stutter, like multiple Spell Stutters. I guess this has just a high CMC, so they have to counter it anyway. I think I probably want to... They preordain 1 bottom, 1 top, and then preordain top. Wonder if I'm supposed to just Crypt Rats for like 4 or 5 here, or even just 3. I think I'm supposed to just take 1 again so they can't just play like additional Augurs. They hit for 1. Okay, well, they are playing an additional Augur. Well, that's gonna definitely... I'm just gonna use Crypt Rats here. So they get a Scred into their hand, sure. So I think I want to go to 7 to play around Double Volt. So I think I can go to 4. Maybe I just Crypt Rats for 3, so I don't die to 1 spell stutter hit. Let's do it. Crypt Rats for 3. And then just start firing these off. I mean, they have 1 counter spell that we know about. Hopefully the second one can resolve, which is why we play so many copies of them. They counter. Okay. Just going to fetch now so I can have 6. And then I'm just going to fire off another Consume Spirit. They've used 3 counter spells, so they probably only have... They only have obviously 1 more in the deck, and they probably don't have another way to counter this Consume Spirit, is my guess. Except for the last counterspell, I mean. So it's unlikely that they have the last one. We know they have Scred. Another one. Okay. This is what we do. Consume Spirit for 9. Okay, that resolved. I'm at 16. They need counterspell for this last Consume Spirit, and then for every like corrupt or drain life effect that we draw. We also drew all 3 of our Crypt Rats, which is pretty incredible in this matchup. Can just do it for like 6. I don't think I need to do it for more. If this resolves, I'm going to win. If it doesn't resolve, I'm not going to win. At least right now. Sweet. Beat Blue-Red Fae in game 1. I think I like Duress, Crypt Rats, Fumes. It's a lot of hate. That is a lot of hate. I can go down like a good amount of ramp. I think the Ranger's Path is still fine. I can also go down some number of Drain Lives just because I need to protect them with like Duress and stuff. I don't want to be ultra flooded on these. I mean, I can always just cast them as removal spells, which isn't bad. I can also just go down some number of Bubbling Mucks, which I don't hate. Maybe keep in like 1 more Cultivate effect because that is good at just like hitting a bunch of land drops. This looks fine. Board out 2 Rampant Growths, a Kadama's Reach, 2 Drain Lives, and 2 Mucks. You just still have the option to Muck Drain Life like in the late game, but I wonder if in this matchup I'm just supposed to side off all my Bubbling Mucks because it's like just so bad against counters to have to go like Bubbling Muck into a spell. Yeah, maybe even though this is the like whole reason to play the deck, maybe I just don't want it. And then I just like can just drain life just like casting it naturally like we saw that game. Maybe I'll keep 1 just Demise. Just because that is the card of the deck. So let's go. Now we're just black-green ramp into like corrupts basically. All right. I think this is just a mole. We just needed 1 more land. All right. This one will keep. This hand looks actually pretty good. I think I might actually just... I could put back a Consume Spirit, but I can also just Consume Spirit like for 3 mana and just kill a 1/1 or something with it. I think I'd rather just try to resolve this Crypt Rats. I can like go like tap land, Duress on 2, Crypt Rats on 3 potentially. Like I don't know how many of their like Screds and Bolts they can really keep in. Another Consume Spirit. If I draw a 2-drop, yeah, maybe I should have fired off Duress on 1, but I'd rather just play my tap land, honestly. I guess I could have put back Forest. I felt like just putting back land was just greedy. Preordain, okay. Kadama's Reach. Well, would like to resolve that. Counterspell, Behold, Echoing Truth. I almost want to just take Behold. I mean, I could take Preordain, but then they just foretell Behold. Yes, taking Counterspell is good too, but I feel like they're gonna play Preordain and maybe just like if they Counterspell Kodama's Reach, I can beat that, but I just don't want them getting card advantage here. So let's just take that, pass. Probably just slamming Kodama's Reach, and if they counter it, they counter it. That's fine, but I feel like the way they played last game that they're not gonna counter a Kodama's Reach, which is good for me. We'll see. Gonna just hold off on playing this forest for as long as possible. This deck is actually pretty sweet. Just playing a bunch of consume spirit effects and drain life. Bottom, they missed on lands, and then they Ash Baron, cycle, mountain, hit a land drop, but now they don't have any counters up this turn. They have an Abrade. Gonna just, ooh, another Duress. I'm just gonna slam Kodama's Reach, and then I can slam Duress next turn, taking their counter, or something else. But yeah, I'd like to ramp and draw a card, thank you. Pretty sweet. I've been playing these sick, like, Jun PhD learn decks, and Field Trip has been great, but obviously we can't use Field Trip because that only gets a forest, and we need to get swamps. Plus, this deck just more cares about actually getting swamps. Oh wow, if they don't have another blue source, I might be able to just play Crypt Rats. The problem is they have a braid, so they can abrade the Crypt Rats, and then I can only Crypt Rats for 2. They went top. So I think I'm just supposed to go land or Rats and just not play Crypt Rats. And just try to play it next turn and then Wrath the board. Oh, they have a Crimson Fleet. Damn, they're gonna just slam that and then take the Monarch. I don't think there's anything I can do. Just gonna take Counterspell. They have 3 cards in hand, so it's those 3. And they know it's gotta be a land on top. Again, not gonna play Crypt Rats because then they just abrade it and I don't get to Wrath the board. This way, yes, they take the Monarch, but then I just Wrath. Or maybe they're not going to? I mean, I assume they're going to. Yeah, then I can just Crypt Rats and then activate for 3. I wonder if I need any Thorns main or side with this deck. I think I'm just supposed to Crypt Rats and activate right now to play around Echoing Truth. Okay, we Wrath. They do have the Monarch, but I can just start firing these off. And they kept land on top. Interesting that they kept the Fjord. I don't think they needed to do that. Alright, let's Kodama's Reach. And then we can start firing off Consume Spirits next turn. We know 2 cards in their hand. Pass. Now we're just on the fair Consume Spirit game. I think I heard the mailman, so Lewin freaking out. Alright. They cycled Ash Barrens. So they drew a couple lands here. They have 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So I can just Consume Spirit here for 7. Can also just wait. I think I'm just going to wait at least one more turn. I don't know if this is right. But they just have so much mana available here. I mean, I know they likely don't have anything. But, I mean, the longer I wait, the more likely they're going to have counter. I'll just wait at least one more turn here, especially now that I played Wilds. Could have been correct just to fire off Consume Spirit, but it's going to be tough to beat this Monarch, honestly. Again, they might only have a limited number of answers to all of our Corrupts and Consume Spirit kind of drain life effects. So if we just draw enough of those and they don't find all their counters, we might be okay, but we're kind of out of gas at this point. We don't have a Bonders Ornament, and they even have an Abrade, so... Okay, well there's another Consume Spirit, so let's start firing them off. Consume Spirit for 8. Then next turn, Consume Spirit for 9. See if they have a counter. They don't counter it. They thought about it, but maybe they just don't have it. Spell Stutter Sprite into Ninja. Again, Spell Stutter Sprite only counters things with low CMCs. It's definitely not a Consume Spirit for 8. Augur Bolas, no counterspell. They missed. Okay. Might not have it. Ninja? They have Ninja. So they could find counterspell. They have Echoing Truth as well. So they could Echoing Truth their own Augur and then replay it. They get to draw another card off Monarch. I feel like it's likely that they have counter. This is a lethal Consume Spirit, though. Bonders. Let's just go for this. It's like, got him. They just couldn't find counters. Wow. GG's Bob the Cat. I can't believe that worked. Just like Consume Spirit for 8, then Consume Spirit for 9, and a little damage from a Crypt Rat's Wrath earlier. Plan worked to perfection. But honestly, this is the plan against like non-blue decks, is just like, okay, you can't stop what I'm doing. Like my opponents in like previous leagues have been like, okay, play like a threat, play like a Gurmag Angler, and I'm just like, corrupt you for 8. And they're like, I don't even want to corrupt the Gurmag. I just corrupt face, gain a bunch of life, and then next turn corrupt again, which is pretty sick. Okay, 2-0 over blue-red fairies. I'm happy to start with a win, even if we, 0-4 the next rounds. That was pretty sick. That was lucky. That was lucky. GG's, Bob. I'll see you in round 2. All right, welcome to round 2 against Ally Zanmi. Would you like to play first? Yes. Snap keep. Now the question is, do I wilds for forest on 1 and then ramp on 2, or do I start playing Sign in Woods? I feel like I need to get the forest. So let's do that. Ooh, is it Flickertron? I've actually wanted to try my luck against Flickertron. If they're able to like find a bunch of counter spells, it's gonna be rough, but okay, well, we have a lot of card advantage, that's for sure. Tri-Builder, I am going to crack it here. It is Flickertron. I think they always play this deck, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be rough, but again, they need actual counterspells for our corrupts at some point. Bonders. Like that. Wonder if I should go back up to 3 Bonders. 2 has felt like a reasonable number because the cultivate effects are really important as well. Okay, they Bonders. It's actually still pretty good for us. Okay. So why don't I start with Into the North, get a land, Sign in Blood myself, and we don't find another untapped land, and then just go wilds, crack it now, and F6. Okay, so we have Muck into Drain Life, but we don't have enough lands yet to kill. There's a Crypt Rats. All right, let's start with Sign in Blood. They just have Tron. They're just going to Teaching Seer. I've just got 4 Cascade decks in a row, considering you are playing Cascade. Wait, what are they saying? I'm not sure exactly what they're saying. Oh, RG? I just faced a bunch of Jund Cascades considering you are playing Cascade. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're saying. No, I played 2 Walls Cascade. Oh, and me now. Oh, they think I'm playing Cascade. Oh. That Prob play Green Cascade. Oh. I see. I'm just confused. I thought they were saying, because I have been playing a lot of Cascade decks, and I thought they were like saying, oh, because you're playing Cascade, like other people are playing your lists, but that's just not true. I guess not walls. Yeah. Okay, well, let's just play this game in front of us here. So let me get back on track and see what I'm supposed to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Bonder's Ornament, see if it gets countered, and then I'm going to try to play a Crypt Rat, and then I'm going to play a tap land, and just not plan on activating this, really. I think that's fine. Let's just start with Bonders. Yeah, Walls is a terrible matchup, yeah. Um, Walls is a really good... Walls has a good matchup against Flickertron. They're just too fast, and they just do too much stuff. They just don't know what deck we're on right now, so that's why they're saying that. It's Crypt Rats and then just play a Terramorphic. Again, they think we're like probably on some weird Cascade deck, but that's not the case. Are they gonna just Teachings here? God, I have like my stash is like messed up. It's annoying. Yeah, Teachings, and then they're gonna get like an Exclude or something here. Prohibit. They're just gonna prohibit this. That's fine. I'm just worried about them playing like Mnemonic Wall, getting back Teachings, and then like flickering Mnemonic Wall. That's going to be a problem. We do have some hate for this matchup. We have two um, Return to Natures, we have 4 Duress, and 2 Relics. So we have some good sideboard cards for sure. They have 4 cards in hand, but they have a Teachings in the yard. Let's just go Cultivate. So we're thinning our deck of a bunch of lands here. Probably not going to go like Muck into Drain Life or anything right now. I'm probably just going to pass and maybe just cast a Drain Life without playing Muck, at least for the first one. They're going to flashback Teachings, get Teachings, I assume, and then play Teachings. Yeah. Okay. And then they get what on the second? They get Exclude. Okay, that's good. So they have Teachings in the yard, they have Exclude in hand. If they draw cards with Prism, though, we get, with Ornament, we get to draw as well, which is nice. And it's interesting that they got Exclude. They just still think we're Cascade, I guess. They just don't understand what we're on, which makes sense. How could you? All right, I could just, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. I can just drain life for 10 here. I think I like that. Yes, they can Teachings for a counterspell, but they have to do that. Just drain life you for 10. I assume they're probably going to just let this resolve. Yep. Okay, and then... Okay, they Teachings. Now they'll probably get like some type of negate. Unwind, yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah, I am worried about them just like finding Mnemonic Wall here. Cultivate. Why don't I just thin my deck of basically all my basics? Okay, well, there you go. I can just thin my deck of basically all lands here, which is actually pretty cool. It makes like the probability that I'm going to draw spells now much, much higher. Like, we only have 30 cards in library, and we have a lot of our lands in play. Impulse, okay. So they have Exclude and Unwind in hand. I wonder if I'm supposed to start drawing with my Bonders. I don't think so. Ghostly Flicker, draw 2. That's fine. The fact that they don't want to draw with their Ornament is interesting. Compulsive Research. It's pretty scary. I think I'll draw with Ornament here, actually. Mole Drifter. Mnemonic Wall. Get back Ghostly Flicker. That is a problem. Getting back Prohibit. It didn't get back Ghostly Flicker. Interesting. So now they have to discard 2 cards. One's Moment's Peace and one's Stonehorn. Okay, I have no basics left. So this Cultivate is dead now. We just drew a ton of ramp. So they have Unwind, Prohibit, and Exclude in their hand. So if I just consume Spirit for 10, they're just going to unwind it. That's not great for me. They also have Prohibit in hand. I think I'm supposed to do this. Just force them to use a counterspell here. Don't know if this is good. Maybe I should have just drawn cards with both my ornaments. But I need to force them to unwind here, I think. But I totally misunderstood what they were saying earlier. Okay, so they unwind. Now they need another flicker effect, basically, to get back unwind. Otherwise, I can find more corrupts and stuff. So I can get another chasm. So I have chasm. I do have some number of evolving wilds effects and ash barons. I can always play ash barons. They said wasn't expecting this deck. I'm saying, haha, how could you be? Okay, they do have Ghostly Flicker in hand, which makes sense why they didn't get back Ghostly Flicker originally. So I think I'm just dead to that, most likely. Because now they can just get back Unwind. Maybe I can somehow just draw a bunch of cards with ornaments and then do that, but they're just drawing a ton of cards here. I mean, if they go lower in cards and they get really unlucky and don't find a way to win, maybe I can mill them out with double ornament, having them draw, but it's going to be tough. I don't think I can, really. This matchup, especially game one, seems incredibly tough. Yeah, see, now they just mold drifter, they have a clock. They do go down to 25 cards. There's another ornament. They're just going to Rolling Thunder me out at some point, I'm sure. There's another Drain Life. That's funny. There's no reason to cast it. They have Ghostly Flicker in hand. They can just get back Unwind. Why don't I just draw right now? Draw right now. Okay, I can't cycle this, and I've already played a land, so just pass. I'm 1 card ahead as far as one more card in library, but again, it's going to be extremely tough for them to miss here. They're drawing 2 cards, getting back Ghostly Flickers. I just need like all my sideboard, and then even then this matchup's going to be real tough. They have 12 cards in hand here. Play a second Mnemonic Wall. Now they can just start really getting back a bunch of spells. So it's over. I don't have any duress main. Stonehorn Dignitary. Oh, put counters. Yeah, okay. So now they have their clock. Sure. I can also just try to build up like a bunch of Bubbling Mucks and Drain Lives in hand and stuff. But it's gonna be tough. Let's just draw now. There's a Sakura tribe that doesn't get anything. Draw now. Into the north. Okay, let's cast it. Thin our deck. Play the. Oops, I already played a land. Okay, it's pass. Oh no, I'm supposed to play Steve. Play my 1/1. Now pass. They have 17 cards left in the library. I do not think I can mill them out. They bog me, doesn't do anything. Just, our graveyard doesn't matter. We can't actually get spells back. There's all the Ash Barons. Okay, let's just keep drawing for now. Maybe again they don't have Rolling Thunder in their main, but I expect them to have it honestly. Draw. And they can just start getting back a bunch of spells. Cannonade, they discard. Okay, there's another Consume Spirit. I've only drawn one Bubbling Muck, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we have no more basics. I don't think there's the only way to play more swamps would be to like play more lands, I think, because I need all the Ash Barrens and Evolving Wilds to get green sources. Okay, I'm going to 12, and then I'm just going to die to Rolling Thunder. I think next turn I do need to start going for like drain life effects, basically. They have 14 cards in library. I think I'm going to start my turn with just play Bubbling Muck off Bonders. I think that's correct. Again, I can't get more lands because I don't have any more basics. They discard Crop Rotate Stonehorn, and we draw another Corrupt. Okay, let's play this. Play a Bubbling Muck. Are they going to prohibit this? No, they let it resolve. Okay. Now let's go Corrupt you. So I think I might be able to play 3 lethal spells. I don't know if I can play 4. I think they can just keep. I think with this Unwind, because it's not negate, they can keep untapping and just keep countering all my spells. I don't think this works. They can just keep Ghostly Flickering. I think they have enough mana. Because when they unwind, they just make so much mana, which is just so brutal. I would need like a relic or something here. Yeah. Then they unwind, untap a bunch of lands, and then they can just keep doing this infinitely. There's nothing I can do. Let's go to main 2. Again, I think they have enough mana here. I don't think this works at all. Consume Spirit for 10. Then they just unwind. They need to Ghostly Flicker into unwind every time, though. I don't think they're going down on mana, because every time they unwind, they make 7 mana. So I think they're actually making mana. I'm not mistaken, I don't think. And they have enough colored sources. This just doesn't do it. I think I might as well I'm just going to cast all these for fun, though. So funny, actually. I don't even think this is big enough. It's for only for 8. They can just let this resolve. Okay. Now they can attack for 8 and then kill me on the in 2 hits. So I don't think I can mill them out as well. Maybe if they let it resolve. So now they have to attack a couple more times, which maybe I can mill them out with Bonders, but they probably have Rolling Thunder. Oh, Dinrava Horror bounce Bonders. Oh, they bounce their own Bonders? Are they just messing around now? oh, oh, they're bouncing their own Bonders so they can't lose to mill, I think. So maybe I should have gone. Maybe they don't have Rolling Thunder. Yeah, maybe I should have just been drawn 2 extra cards last turn, because obviously what I did just wasn't going to work. All right, there's a Crypt Rats. They still have an exclude though, unfortunately. But I'll try this. They're going to exclude it, and then they can get exclude back. They have to draw a card though. Pretty funny that they didn't Rava hoard their own Bonders there. There's a Consume Spirit. So they can attack for 8, and I can block that. Oops, I tapped 1 mana too much. Doesn't matter. And there's another Consume Spirit. So I'm not dead on this turn, but they said, no, I was honestly just having fun. I mean, I'm trying to play spells, but yeah. Um, oops. I mean, obviously I'm going to play my spells, but yeah, it almost worked. We just didn't have quite enough mana. I was surprised they let it resolve. Okay, we get a bunch of sideboard here. Bring all this in. They said you're trying to have fun on Magic Online. I know it's crazy. I'm just gonna say it's a crazy idea. I was gonna say it's a crazy proposition, but okay. Crypt Rats I think can all come out. Yes, they can be good. Hmm. But I don't think I really want to rely on like a Crypt Rats plan. I think I can go down some number of Drain Lives. I don't even know if I want to. I think I can go down a couple Cultivates in this matchup because as we saw, drawing too many of them, like they can become dead in the late game. For the same reason, I can go down a couple more ramp spells, maybe just cut one Drain Life. I think I want all the Mucks because I feel like going Muck Drain Life is a good way to win. Let's try it like this. Chainer's Edict is actually not bad in this matchup because you can't flicker away from a Chainer's Edict, so it's not bad. Let's keep this. They said, how is this deck working in the field? I'm going to say third league, 3-2, 0-3, 1-0. Let's see so far. So I'm saying, so not great, but about as expected. 3-2, 0-3, and then 1-0 in this league right now. Okay, we got Swamp, Pass. Time's about even. Guess I can just play Chasm. I can just play Terramorphic right now as well. But yeah, they're saying not that bad to be honest, because I think certain decks, like if you can't counter against non-blue decks, like that can't counter the Drain Lives, like this deck is actually like I feel like pretty formidable. It just like it does its thing and it just if you don't answer what we're doing, eventually I'm just gonna kill you with Bubbling Muck into Drain Life. Okay, Cave Bonders? No Bonders. Okay, they could have a Impulse or a Prohibit here. I could wait on Duress to be honest. And try to Duress like the turn before I'm gonna go off. I don't hate that. I think I like just waiting on Duress. They can't exclude here actually, so let's just go Steve plus tap land. Again, just would rather wait on this forest if I don't have to play it. I'm gonna play swamps before playing forest. Okay. Crop rotate away power plant, so they must have another power plant in hand. It's not like duressing this would have done anything, but maybe playing duress would have been able to take a key spell now that they are gonna be able to Tron up here. I assume. Yeah. There's Bonder, so we could have duressed that away. Into Mole Drifter. Okay, well now they don't have a counter spell up here. It's interesting. So let's get swamp, get another swamp. I can't kill, that's for sure. But I can drain. Oh, wow. Now can I kill? I have 7 lands, so I play a Bubbling Muck, and I play a second Bubbling Muck, floating 1 mana. And then I have 5 lands left. Each land adds 3 mana. I'm just a little bit off. I'm so close. Because I can go again, yeah. So let's just double check the math. So I can go Bubbling Muck and then tap another land, add 2 mana, Bubbling Muck again. I have 1 mana floating, and then I'll have play a swamp. I'll have 5 swamps left. Each one adds 3, so that's 15, 16 mana. So I can only drain life for 14 here, actually. I could even just wait another turn. They're going to start drawing cards with this. Maybe I just duress here. Okay, well, happy to take that. Gorilla Shaman. Wow, that's an interesting sideboard. So they don't have anything right now. They can draw cards. Yeah, they said that turn when I had the Consume Spirits like spells, I was supposed to be dead if I didn't have the wall loop. I think so. I mean, that's kind of the plan. Now they're just playing Gorilla Shaman. And they play Island. Okay. So they have Power Plant and 2 other cards in hand. I wonder if I'm just supposed to go Muck Muck Drain Life here. Another Swamp. I still think this is like 1 damage short, right? Um, okay, so I have 6, 7, 8 swamps, and I have to tap 2. I'll have 1 mana floating. I have 6 swamps left. Each one adds 3. That's 18, 19 mana. And then I still only make 20 mana. I'm just a little bit short. And I sided out my Crypt Rats. The longer I wait, the less likely I am to resolve spells, but I'm just going to wait 1 more turn. It just sucks if I go Muck Muck Drain Life and then they counter the Drain Life, but that's kind of part of the fragile aspect of this deck. Okay, let's duress. Unwind or teachings. I feel like this feels like a teachings. Maybe it's an unwind. Kind of actually feels like an unwind because they would have just tapped Tower Island to teachings. It's a ghostly flicker. Flickering Tower and Moldrifter? I guess there's nothing else to flicker. Okay. They draw 2. Prism and Teachings. Teachings is just going to be game. Can't beat that. I maybe should have gone for it earlier, but I just don't know if that would have even been that good. They draw a card rather than teachings. Okay. I mean, they can always teachings for unwind, though. That's the problem. And they can do that in response, like when Drain Life is on the stack. Oh, do they have enough mana? 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 mana, yeah. They need to basically pass with 9 mana up over and over, though. I guess they're attacking for 3 here. And again, I definitely cannot just spew off a Drain Life into flashback teachings. I guess the, maybe I should have, because now they just teachings for teachings, and then I just have no outs. They teachings for teachings, and then they cast teachings. And do they get another teachings? Or do they get an unwind here? I think this matchup is bad for us just because of like teachings for unwind. They can just like always find the counter. I just no, I knew this deck is going to struggle against the blue decks, and Tron is the blue deck, whether you like it or not. Flicker Tron's a blue deck for sure. Okay. Yep, they're caving up their Mole Drifter. They attack for 5. I go to 7. So now maybe I just use one Bubbling Muck and then just go for a Drain Life and hope to draw another one and hope they can't get back Unwind or another counterspell that works. I wonder if they're going to counter this. They prohibit it. Okay. I think I need to play another Drain Life here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. It's not even that big though. It's just for 11. That doesn't even buy me that much time. Okay, they unwind it. They draw more cards. Now if they have teachings for another counterspell that works, or just a mnemonic wall, we just lose. Pulsa Marasa. Interesting. Oh, to gain life. I guess that's all they. Oh, they get cave and then they kill us. Yep. GG's. Well played. I don't think there was that much we could do there. I missed a couple of draws with the ornaments that I probably should have done. I was worried about drawing them into the mnemonic walls, like which they eventually had, but they just drew so many cards anyway. There's a corrupt. I think that's just gonna be a rough matchup. I was thinking about like, okay, in the sideboard, should I just have like 4 to 6 land destruction spells? And maybe we should, but in the leagues, especially, which is where I would be playing this deck, not in the challenges, there's not that much Flickertron. So I don't know if you want like just like a bunch of, Stone Rain effects. So I'm trying it without, but we're down to 1-1 here. Got kind of crushed there. We've played this opponent before once as well, so cool. I forget what they were on. I started like writing down what decks people were on, and then I was just over it. I don't care that much. I'll just see what they're on after the first play, and I'll just try to keep good hands. I don't need to get that much value. Oh, it's Flickertron again. Okay, well, just as I was saying, there's not that much Flickertron. Get paired against it twice. See if we can do better this time. Let's get the forest. And then on 2, we can Into the North. And then on 3, I can Bonders, which is good. If they just Bonders here, it's honestly not even that bad. Prism. I mean, I assume they're Flickertron. Yeah, they definitely are. They kept kind of a weird hand. I guess they were already on 6, but yeah, their hand seems incredibly slow, which is, I guess, totally fine for them in this matchup. Thriving Grove. Okay, maybe I don't know what this is. Maybe this is Bug midrange or a Jund 4-color with Impulse. I just Thriving Grove. Maybe it's Flickertron with Thriving Grove. I'm not 100%, but definitely want to resolve Ornament, especially when I don't know exactly what I'm up against here. Yeah, so it just is Flickertron with Thriving Grove, I suppose. Ornament of their own. Yep. And Prism. Okay. I'm gonna play a Cryptorats. Oh, nice. I like that. Let's go Sign in Blood. Ooh, Kodama's Reach. Do I want to get Cryptorats down or just play a Reach? I feel like I just want to play a Kodama's Reach. Just do the ramp thing. Okay. I mean, these Cryptorats are kind of big threats just on their own. Just like Fireball both players isn't, I guess, isn't the worst. Especially if they like tap out for a Mole Drifter or something. They're not really that near Tron unless they have a Crop Rotate. Prism. Looks like they're trying to find Tron, but they're tapping out here. Another ornament. That is totally fine. Ooh, let's just keep firing these off. I like it. Another cultivate. Wow. So I have 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 mana. I think I want to play a Crypt Rats and a cultivate this turn. So that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe 6 cultivate effects is too much. Maybe 5 is the right number. I mean, these have been solid. Let's just play this, pass. Now if they like tap out again, they're pretty close to dying. I guess I don't have a drain life yet, but I do have a corrupt, which I can corrupt for 8 next turn, which is whatever in this matchup. They're looking for Tron. We're able to steal game 1. That's pretty incredible. Depths. They're on an interesting build of Tron. Oh, are they on Cascade Tron? You know what? I think they might be, because I think I played this person before. They definitely could be on Cascade Tron, especially with the Halimar depths. Okay. Well, that makes this matchup a lot better. And I might not want to just pop a Crypt Rats then. Although I may just play a Corrupt for 8. I feel like it's Cascade Tron now with this and this. Okay, I'm putting them on that. And they mulliganed and they kept it. They kept kind of a really slow 6 here. Let's see, I have 6, 7, 8, 9 black mana potentially. So what if I just attack for 1 and then Crypt Rats for 9? I put them to 10. And then I'm 1 short of killing them with this Corrupt, but then I can kill them with Corrupt plus Crypt Rats next turn, especially with this Muck. So I'm going to play Swamp, attack for 1, and then end of their turn, I'm going to plan to just max out a Crypt Rats here. And just Crypt Rats for 9. And then I'm going to untap and go for like Muck, Corrupt, Crypt Rats kill you. Which is pretty sweet. It's definitely Cascade Tron, which is I'm much, much happier to play against this than Flicker Tron. Because as we saw, Teachings for Unwind is just brutal for us, where if they just play like a Dino here, I just don't care at all. Especially I'm planning to pop this anyway. This is Dino. Nice. Love it. Love to see it. Into Bonders. Sure. I mean, we can still lose this matchup for sure, but I like this a lot better. I'm definitely going to bring in Duress, going to learn from my mistakes in previous matches. I should have clicked Crypt Rats first. It's Crypt Rats for X equals 9. And then just go for the win here. Oh, and there's Consume Spirit. Okay. So I can just go Swamp. I have 8, 9 swamps out. I guess I just go Muck. I don't really want to show them Muck. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I Crypt Rats for 6, I have 4 mana left, and that's Xaxes. I think I'd rather just show them Muck and just make sure I have enough. Let's go Muck. Because I don't know if they can gain life. I doubt they can, but 12 mana. And just Consume Spirit you for 10. And then if this somehow doesn't kill them, then I'll just also cast Corrupt. Okay. Nice. So I think I do want all the Duress. Relic's also not bad at countering Pulse Marasa. I don't know if it's necessary. Maybe not. Oops. Maybe just return to nature, because this can counter Pulse Marasa and kill Bonders, which can be pretty crucial. Cryptats actually wiping the board isn't really that bad. Let's cut some amount of ramp, one drain life. I mean, I need to cut something, right? Game will slow down with some duress, and then I still have a good amount of ramp. Maybe I leave in one more cultivate and be slower and take out like one more rampant growth because I just really don't need more than one rampant growth in my draw. Steve can chump a potential boarding party. This gets a duel. Maybe even leaving all the drain lives in is where I want to be too, to make sure I have them. It's a lot of ramp to take out. Right, let's leave in an extra cultivate. It's a little bit slow as well. It is pretty good though. All right, let's just try this. I don't know if I should take the drain life out. They seem pretty important. Especially if they likely can't stop bubbling muck into drain. Maybe I'd take out a corrupt. That's kind of weird, but I actually like it because corrupt is only going to maximally deal like, 12 damage or something. I think I just mulligan this one land hand. It's mulligan. This is only 2 lands, but I do have a Bonders and a Duress. I think I'm supposed to keep this. It's pretty sketchy, but I think on 6 I'm supposed to keep and then just put back a Drain Knife. I just need to draw lands. Right, they depths. They were on a mulligan too. I think I want to just duress on 1 to take like a prism or something if they need that. Yeah, I'm going to just duress on 1. I can just take a crop rotate or a prism or an ornament. Could wait 1 turn. I think I'll just duress on 1. Yes, they can stack stuff where they can hide it on top of their library, but I don't think depths is, it is good with Cascade, but how often are you really going to crop rotate for depths? It feels like not that often. Okay, there's an Evolving Wilds. I think I'm still just going to rest. In turn 2, I can go cycle Ash Barrens plus play Evolving Wilds. Best art duress. Ancient Stirrings, Ancient Stirrings. I think I can just take Impulse or I can take Ornament. I think I'm just taking Ornament. That way I can get my Ornament online without them having one. And they left a forest on top. Okay, that was good. They still need to find all, like, 2 more Tron lands. But they can cast Stirrings and Impulse here. Okay, they found 1. I don't know why that was really a decision. Okay, into the north. I don't think I want to play out Ash Barrens. I don't think it's worth. So, actually just going to go play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. Dog going off at the mailman. I assume you can hear him going off. He is going crazy. God damn it. The UPS guy sets him off. Okay, so they Stirrings, they get another tower. They play tower. So they have tower, power plant, impulse, Stirrings in hand. Or no, they cast one. So they have 1 unknown that they drew for turn. Okay. Now I fetch. I mean, I'm going to get swamp. Do I get forest here? I think no, because I can just play a Bonders Ornament, and then I can just have mono swamps in hand in play. And I just don't want to play forest when I have Muck into Spirit. So I'm just going to do this and like take the slow route kind of. And then they Impulse. It is cool that they're playing Impulse and Stirrings. I think they have Impulse, Stirrings, and Crop Rotate. It's a lot. But that is a way to find Tron pretty quickly. Okay, they Impulse, and now they Power Plant, I assume. They pass, so they might be able to Tron up next turn. All right, land is actually a good draw. So let's go Evolving Wilds. I could just play Crypt Rats here, but I think I want to just play Into the North instead. Let's get a dual pass. And then I can Evolving Wilds for Swamp. If they just go Mine here into like, I guess they can't Boarding Party and they can't Dino. They need more fixing. I can start drawing cards with Ornament. So even if they Tron up, which they don't, okay. They have another tower that we know about. We're doing okay here. The duress was massive. Okay, there's a Steve. I can just play Crypt Rat to play Steve. I think that's better than drawing a card with Ornament. Getting the Crypt Rats down now is nice. And then pass the turn. So now they can Boarding Party next turn, but I can chump with Steve and sack it. Sicker Tribe Elder is Steve. This is sweet. This is sweet. Okay, there's the Tron. So I'm kind of expecting Boarding Party because they named Red with Isle. Yeah, this has got to be Boarding Party. Okay. Again, I can block sack here. So they found Bonders. That kind of sucks. But this Crypt Rats, I mean, can deal with this. I don't really want to let them pull some Marasa, but I don't know if there's that much I'm going to be able to do about that. So let's go block and then sack. I can also Ornament, have us both draw like at the end of their turn potentially. And I can also just maybe take a hit off Boarding Party. I don't think I really want to do that though. They're playing. Oh, they're playing a Muldrifter right now? They don't care about Crypt Rat, they just want to draw two. Alright, well I'm definitely gonna Crypt Rats on the next turn. Alright. Cultivate was a great draw because now that makes our Muck into Consume Spirit much better. Yeah, the Cultivates have just honestly been great because this just essentially drew us two lands and we got to put both of them into play this turn. And now I can just I can just block Crypt Rats for 5 when they attack, and then I can Muck into Consume Spirit. I think that, I guess it's not enough yet. I have 7, 8 swamps in play, so I can make 16 mana. So if I draw a swamp, I can make 18 mana and then kill them. Assuming no Pulse Marasa. But there's not that much I can do about that. We'll see, we'll see. I don't also necessarily need to go for Consume Spirit right away, but I might want to just to gain a bunch of life. Then any Corrupt or Consume Spirit I draw, I can just cast normally without Muck. But yeah, I think I'm going to Crypt Rats for 5 here. Then we each go to 15. And then let me, yeah, 8 lands. I make 16 mana, and I can Consume Spirit for 14. So I'm 1 point short. So if I, is that right? I'm 1 point short. I have 8 mana, or 8 swamps. Yeah, so I make 16 mana next turn, and I can Consume Spirit. X equals 14. So if I draw Forest or Swamp, I have potentially lethal, assuming they can't gain any life. They do have Impulse here. Yeah, Impulse is so good in the fact that you don't have to reveal it. Okay, so we're going to Crypt Rats, block, and then sack. Crypt Rats for 5. And then they're probably just going to play some more Muldrifters or something right here. Then I need to draw a land to go for the win, but I can still just Consume Spirit for 14 and just I mean, draining for 14 is still going to buy me a couple turns. And then I can just draw with Ornament to try to find another drain life effect. Prism, sure. Are they going to like play at Dino here? Or do they just not have anything? Their draws admittedly have been pretty awkward. Wow, they're not playing a creature? Do they have a counterspell? I'm going for this. This is lethal if it works. I don't think you can play counterspells in Cascade Tron. Yes, they can play Pulse Marasa, but again, there's nothing I can do about that. Make 18 mana. I'm just going to go full out on this. Consume Spirit for 16. No. Pulse Marasa. Yep. That's why you need the relics. Okay, so they Pulse Marasa, get back Boarding Party to survive. Now I need to draw Corrupt, Consume Spirit, or Drain Life to win. But I can draw extra cards with Ornament. They are going to play Boarding Party, but I'm at 31. So it's a race, basically. All right, here's Boarding Party. Into Bonders, that's fine. If they draw cards with Bonders, that's super scary for them. Another Boarding Party? No. That is not what I wanted to see. Now they hit for 12. And they draw a card, sure. All right, it's going to come down to the top couple cards in my library. I have a couple turns here, but not that many. They likely cannot kill me next turn as well, so I think I have, essentially 2 more turns. This turn and then 1 more turn. I feel like I should draw with Bonders on my turn, even though that draws them an extra card. It's probably worth. We'll see what we draw, obviously. So they still could have another Pulse Marasa to go to 11. Mortuary Mire, put Moldrifter on top. They could Pulse Marasa one of our lands back to gain 6. So they still have a target, and there it is. Just top deck. Top deck of the century, let's go. No second pulse, please. They can pulse back one of our lands. No, they actually have that? Oh no. Okay, they threatened it. Nice. 2-1. 2-1 with it. What should the deck be called? Is it Black Green Muck? Is it Bubbling Muck Ramp? Is it, I don't know. I like Black Green Muck. It's just easy to say. It sounds good. It's short. I like Black Green Muck. Let's go. 2-1. See you in round 4. All right. Welcome to round 4. We're 2-1. We're against Ryuke1. I don't know if it's Ryuk1 or Ryuke. I don't know how to say it, but this guy is a Brazilian streamer. He's a cool guy. We've played him a couple times. And we're going to mulligan this hand. He generally plays decks that are like, he's been playing a lot of mono black land destruction. He does pretty well in the challenges. He's played a lot of mono white menace. So, yeah, people look out for that type of stuff. All right, let's keep this hand, which we did, and then let's bottom a Terramorphic. Yes. I think I can bottom a land because I can go turn 1 tap land, turn 2 untapped land, Steve, crack it, turn 3 Kodama's Reach tap land, and then start Signing Blooding. So we're ramping, we're doing it. See how it works out. Forest. I assume this is going to be Ponza. Maybe I should have kept 4 lands based on the fact that they generally play Ponza decks. Or they have been a lot, at least mono black land destruction I've seen them post results with. Oh god. So they probably only have 1 land if they're doing it like this though. Which is good for us. And I am definitely going to play Steve next turn. And they name green. Interesting. Now do they just attack for 1? We don't really have any interaction right now. They're going to play another Arbor Elf. or another Utopia Sprawl. Play Ash Barrens, play Thermokarst. Visionary, okay. There's a Muck. So they don't have any red mana yet. They played Ash Barrens. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can Dino or Boarding Party here, which is pretty scary. Looks like I'm going to get Boarding Partied on turn 3. Our Elf Utopia Sprawl is a hell of a combo. Dino, turn 3 Dino. Wow. It's ramping a little bit harder than we are. Bonder's Ornament. Jeez. Getting crushed here. Just getting outclassed. I'm going to block sack. Walk. And then I just have to take a massive hit next turn. They still have 2 cards left. It is looking pretty sketchy for us here, that's for sure. I think I just basically need to find Crypt Rats to have a chance. And I need to find it soon. Wow, another Utopia Sprawl, and they're separating it out. In green. There's a Steve. Okay, I'm just going to go Kodama's Reach. Put 1 into play, play a tap land, pass the turn. Yeah, so if I draw Crypt Rats, I might be able to go like Muck into Crypt Rats into activate, Wrath the board. I think that's my best chance. I mean, I'm taking 8 here, so it's not going to be long before I can't even Crypt Rats the board away anymore. And if they just ever find Boarding Party, I'm just so dead. Looks like it might be too late already. Oh, they just draw right now. Okay. Tap land. They might not have much else, but they already have such a massive board. We just draw land. If I go to 10, I can chump this and then go to 2. It's just not looking good. I wonder if I should have gone Muck this turn. Maybe. And there's Crypt Rats, damn. So if I go Muck, I'll have 6 mana. What about if I play double Steve? I can go block, block, go to 4. And then on my next turn, I can, or maybe even go to 3 maybe. Then on my next turn, I can go Muck, Sign in Blood myself down to 1, and then just try to drain life. Alternatively, I can go Muck right now, and then Crypt Rats for 2. And then I go to 8, and then I go down to 2. I think I like the double Steve line. It's going to be tough here, but I think this is my best chance. Because if I draw a Corrupt or hopefully a Drain Life, then I might be able to get out of this. Because I'm going to get 2 more swamps with these Steves. Go up to 8 swamps and then play up to 9. I'm going to need likely to be able to play this Sign in Blood, so I can't go down to any lower than I am already. So it's real close. Boarding Party and Bolt is obviously what I don't want to find, what I don't want to see. If they have Bolt, I'm just in trouble. Yeah, this is boarding, or this is draw card with Ornament. Okay, that's good. Yeah, then if they attack with everything, I have to block Visionary, Visionary. Play another Visionary, nice. That's what I like to see. And then attack with these 4, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I go block here, and I'm taking 7 down to 3. And then I probably died to Bolt, but I still think this is my best line to give myself a chance to win. Sack, sack. And then they just bolt me, but turn 3 Dino is pretty quick. Don't do it. Okay, let's see if we would have gotten there. So draw card for turn. It's a muck. Okay, so I go muck, sign in blood into Kodama's Reach. Okay, we did not get there. Okay. Wonder if I just want to bring in Chainer's Edict or Fumes or anything. Or the fourth Crypt Rats. The fourth Crypt Rats does seem good. Just killing all their creatures seems solid. Also could bring in Return to Nature for their Bonders. And this also is good against Pulse Marasa. Need to cut 3 cards. I mean, Sign in Blood's good, but they basically are always playing creatures and being aggressive. Could also cut like Into the North, Kodama's Reach, Sign in Blood for those 3. I think I like it. I don't think I want Edict or Fumes. I want to just rely on Crypt Rats. Like, yes, I just let them have Arbor Elf, but I don't really want to be like Chainer's Edict when they're just like getting so much value. I want to just like mop up their board with Crypt Rats and start playing Corrupts. Return to Nature is honestly not that good, but killing Bonders is very important, I feel like. Okay. And countering Pulse Marasa can be really strong as well. All right, let's keep. If I draw a land, I get to go turn 2 Into the North, turn 3 Ranger's Path, which is nice. I can also just Return to Nature a Utopia Sprawl that they play on 1. Arbor Elf. Okay, well, we did find another land, so that's a good start. See if they go off on turn 2 here. All I can do is just play a Ranger's Path, get 2 more Chasms, which isn't terrible. Unlocks my Corrupt. Oh god. They name green, that's interesting. Bonders? Visionary. Still a really good draw. They have so much mana next turn, and they just like are advancing their board just so quickly here. Okay, let's just do what we can do. Ranger's Path, get two swamps, pass, and I can Evolving Wild for swamp and then Corrupt for 6 next turn, which is a turn 4 Corrupt for 6, and that's like kind of the pace of our deck. Their deck is like turn 3 Dino, go off, turn 2 have like 6 mana in play and play to Visionary. Do they have nothing else? They're just attacking for 3 and that's it? I wonder if I just, let's see, they have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I could just Corrupt their face. And I don't hate it. Just Corrupt their face and just start racing. I can also kill a Utopia Sprawl with Return to Nature, which seems bad. I mean, if they didn't do anything last turn with all that mana, they're not going to do anything this turn, right? They had 6, 7, 8 mana. I think I'm just going to Corrupt their face. Just start chaining these drain life effects. Got him down to 14. Let's keep going. Probably not playing Consume Spirit next turn, so maybe I could have just not done anything this turn. They're going to Dino. Crusher, oh god. Crusher is a problem, that's for sure. Get hit for 2. Okay, there's Muck. So let's just see how much can I actually Muck for, or how much can I actually Consume Spirit for. I might need to kill Crusher. I might be able to go face. Might as well just start by seeing what I can do. Let's go Muck. Let's go cycle Ash Barrens. Get Swamp. Play it. Now I have 12 mana. So I can Consume Spirit, kill the Crusher, or I can just hit them down to 2 and hope to. They said LOL. Or I can hit them to 2 and then hope to draw another Corrupt or Consume Spirit off the top. Or I can just kill Crusher and then that buys me a lot more time. I think I'm going to kill the Crusher. Gain 10. Oh, yeah, I can put them to 4. But I would have had to top deck Consume Spirit or Corrupt to be able to win. So I don't hate that line. This deck is just so hilarious, honestly. Oh, and they had pulls. No. No. I could have had the Return to Nature to stop that. I could have even left that up because I consumed for 10, but I could have done it for 8, left up Return to Nature to play around this, and I chose not to. All right, I think we lose now. Looks like we're going down to 2 and 2. And they gain 6, which is actually pretty bad for us. They just like counter this Corrupt with the Pulse Marasa. Brutal. I could have played around this, but I don't know if I would have won anyway. I mean, they wouldn't have had Crusher though. It's such a big difference. Damn. I didn't think about it till it was too late. I can draw a card with Ornament. Don't know if I really have outs this. Maybe I do need some number of cast downs. A lot of people are playing Crushers. And they return to nature. Jeez. Corrupt. But now I only corrupt for 6. I'll just concede. I think if I just consumed Spirited the Crusher for 8 and then left up Return to Nature, I may have actually been able uh, to win. Um, they said, let me see the list later. I said, for sure. Man, could have left up the Return to Nature there. Oh, no need to complain about it. All right, 2 and 2. Let me try to go positive in this league, and 3-2, and at least give this deck a reasonable showing. So I'll see you in round 5. Let's get this 3-2 here. All right, welcome to round 5. This hand is absolutely hilarious. I just don't know. I can turn 2 into the north. If I draw 1 land, then I can Ranger's Path and just start firing off Consume Spirits. This hand is not great, but I think I'm supposed to keep it. I think I'm supposed to keep. Oh, I'm against Burn. Oh god. There's a Cultivate. Cultivate's not bad. This hand might just be too slow, especially on the draw, but we'll see. Okay, they have 2 lands. Curse of the Pierced Heart. Okay, they hit for 1, and then they hit me for 1 on upkeep. Get the Forest. Then play Into the North, and then play Cultivate. If I draw another land, I can just play Ranger's Path on 3. Yield to this. We're not under that much pressure yet. Okay, there's a Steve. I could play that, but then they can just maybe play a Searing Blaze. This is only hitting for 1. I don't want to unlock Searing Blaze for them. If they have Searing Blaze, I want them just to not be able to play it. It's kind of weird, but I'm just going to Into the North. And then maybe later I'll Steve, but I'm not sure. Again, I think I want to rather play around Searing Blaze than save one damage. Because if their hand is like multiple Searing Blazes, I just want them to not be able to cast it. Could be wrong, but it's interesting. Drawing the Cultivate was good because now, worst case, I get to cast Cultivate next turn, and then I can just start firing off Consume Spirits, and hopefully that's enough, but I'm not sure it will be, but at least it can buy me time. Rift Bolt, okay. So next turn, this is going to be 2 power. Likely. They had a mulligan, and this hand is pretty terrible from them. I did want to play against Burn because in the last league I played against Burn early and I lost, and I felt like I was like, damn, I feel like I can win that matchup. So I want my redemption here against Burn. There's another land, so why don't I just Ranger's Path? That puts 2 lands into play right now. Seems good, right? Needle drop me. Okay, so again, this is going to hit for 2. But then I'm going to be able to start playing Consume Spirits here. And if I draw Bubbling Muck, it's actually going to be pretty good. Which is just so hilarious to say. I'm going down to 12, and then I get down to 10 and then 9. So I could just die here still. I might need to just tap out for Consume Spirit for 4 and then just keep doing that. We'll see what they do here. I want them to play spells, because I don't want them to be able to bolt their own Lava Runner. I made that mistake in the last league. Go to 10. Off their 2/2. They Lava Spike me. Are they going to kill me? Please no. Okay, I go to 6. They could still Bolt plus Fire Blast me. They have 3 cards in hand and I'm at 6. They have 1 mana up. Let's see if they're F6 here, because if they are, then I'm going to Consume Spirit this. So I'm going to pass to my second main phase. And if they're F6, I'm going to quickly just Consume Spirit their Lava Runner. They're not. So do I need to just Consume Spirit their face for 4? Because I feel like I'm going to die if I don't kill this. I guess I have to just go for this, as bad as it is. If they bolt it, then at least I gain 3 life from that. So I think I need to do this. I can't just take a hit for 2 in this situation, so sucks. Oh, I could have gone Cultivate and then Consume Spirit the Lava Runner for 2. And then I hit land drop this way. Yeah, see, this is worth it actually, because yes, I stay at 6, but if I hit them, they just bolt me and then attack, and then that's actually 5 damage. So I still save life this way. No, please, opponent. Please. Damn. They just had 2 lands, and yeah, their draw was awkward, but then they just were able to fire off so many bolts. Just a little too much there. Okay, all this can come out, I think. Duress comes in. I actually do like Chainer's Edict. I think I like Chainer's. Let's see. I can take out like 1 Cultivate. Ranger's Path actually seems decent. Maybe just go 3 Chainers. So good to be able to kill their 1/1 or their Thermal Alchemist, though. It's so important. Take out a Bonders. I like that. I don't have time to draw cards with Bonders anyway. Could take out both Bonders, keeping the Cultivate. Probably should have done that. Alright. This hand looks good. There's no rush to the rest, really. So I might as well lead turn 1 tap land. The only rush to the rest would be to take a Curse at the Pierce Heart, but I'm not that concerned with that card anyway. It's pretty slow. There's a turn 1 Lava Runner. Oh god, I just don't want to get crushed by Searing Blaze, but hopefully they sided them out. I just need to play Steve here, I think. If they Searing Blaze me, I'm going to be annoyed. I guess I can... I can't duress this turn, but I can go into the north. See where you think she's wanted. She's not. And then next turn I can go duress into Steve to see if they have a Searing Blaze and then play around it or not. So, yep. Ooh, another lava runner. It's pretty scary. We don't have crypt rats anymore. Let's go duress you. Wow. Just all spells. I mean, it makes sense that they play this. I'm in so much trouble here. So, I mean, Chain Lightning's probably their best card. I could take Fire Blast because it deals 4. But then they can just go Lava Spike me, Skewer me, and then I take 2 off one of these also. I'm in so much trouble. I mean, they just drew 2 lands and they have all Lightning Bolts. I'm just in trouble here. I guess if I draw a Corrupt or something, maybe. But I'm still pretty far off doing anything. Their hand is actually pretty good here. Damn. Lightning Bolt to Steve? Is that worth? This deals 3 damage to face, where these only deal 2. I don't think that's a good play. Just gonna cycle this now and F6. Don't know if that matters, but yeah, I don't think they should have bolted the Steve. Suspend Rift Bolt, attack for 4, put me to 15. Then their hand is Skewer, Lava Spike, Fire Blast, and they have Rift Bolt suspended. Jeez. I'm just in so much trouble. I'm just dead. Feels bad, but is what it is. I think this deck is not that good, so that's understandable. I think I'm about ready to drop the Bubbling Muck Brew, but it was fun. It was fun. Maybe I still can win this somehow. I need to draw Corrupt, though. That's basically the only card that has a chance to get me out of this. Like, or am I just dead on board here? I guess they can't cast Fire Blast yet. They hit me to 8, and then they can go Lava Spike plus Skewer, hit me down to 2. And then even a Corrupt is probably not going to be enough. If they have a Mountain, I die. Interesting that they bolted the Steve. There was just really no reason to do that. I was going to block sack. There's the Skewer. And they Lava Spike me down to 2. They Needle Drop me. Okay, so land kills me. They have this in hand. I'm just so dead here. Again, I don't think Corrupt even saves me. Drain Life. Okay, so I Drain Life one of these. That's just the best I can do. Drain Life for 6. I go to 10. And then they can Lava Spike me, attack for 2, and then if they have any spell, I still die. Oh, damn. I forgot Drain Life only gains toughness, gains if the creature is smaller than the life you gain, it doesn't work. And they have Lava Spike in hand. It doesn't matter. I mean, I was dead. Even if I drained life there, gained 6 up to 10, I guess I wouldn't. Oh, I would have been dead to Fire Blast. I'm just ultra dead here. GG's. I forgot Drain Life doesn't gain the extra life if you Drain Life a small creature, because it says. I guess I can't. I can't go to. Let's go to the list though. Yeah, it says spend only black mana on X. You gain life equal to the damage dealt, but not more life than the player's life total before the damage was dealt, the planeswalker's loyalty before the damage was dealt, or the creature's toughness. So basically what it says is if you drain life a 1/1 for 10, you kill the 1/1, but you still only gain 1. So that's why Consume Spirits is better, because it's just, regardless, you just gain X. So we 2-3'd the league. So I played 3 leagues with the deck, 3-2 off stream, and I started out 3-0, and those were the best games, classic. 0-3 got crushed in the last league, and then 2-3 this league. I think the deck is just not good, but it is fun. Maybe there's some improvements that can be made. Maybe I should just be playing some number of like cast downs, like some number of removal spells, and not relying like so heavily on crypt rats. This was better in other situations, but yeah, it's tough. Like I'm trying to be a ramp deck. Maybe I need to be more of a hybrid, like some ramp, some removal, or again, maybe just the deck is bad. But I had a lot of fun playing these leagues. My channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. If you like the content, subscribe below. You can ring the bell again, know when my new content comes out, and throw a like on this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.